The year is 2024, a year that will be remembered for its unprecedented climate events. Record-breaking heat waves are engulfing continents, pushing temperatures to unbearable levels and making daily life a struggle. Wildfires rage across vast landscapes, consuming everything in their path and leaving behind a trail of destruction and ash. Glaciers are melting at an alarming rate, contributing to rising sea levels and threatening coastal communities worldwide. This is the stark reality of global warming, a crisis that affects every corner of our planet. The Earth's temperature is rising and the consequences are dire, from expanding deserts to dwindling water supplies. From the scorching streets of Los Angeles to the disappearing islands of the Pacific, the impacts of climate change are global and far-reaching. We've pumped greenhouse gases into the atmosphere for too long, and now we're facing the severe consequences of our actions. The time for debate is over. The time for action is now. We must unite to combat this crisis. The choice is ours, and the time to choose is now. Every small action counts in the fight against climate change. Los Angeles, the city of angels, is now facing a demonic faux extreme heat. The once mild and pleasant climate is now a battleground. Temperatures once considered extreme are becoming the new normal. The mercury rises relentlessly, pushing the limits of human endurance. The iconic palm trees, symbols of this vibrant city, are wilting under the relentless sun, and the asphalt is melting, creating treacherous conditions for pedestrians and drivers alike. The air is thick with smog, a constant reminder of the city's dependence on fossil fuels. The pollution hangs heavy, obscuring the once clear skies. Heatstroke cases are on the rise, overwhelming hospitals. Medical facilities are stretched to their limits, struggling to cope with the influx of patients. Wildfires rage across the hillsides, threatening homes and lives. Firefighters battle tirelessly, but the flames are relentless, fueled by the dry, hot conditions. Water resources are being further depleted as the heat intensifies drought conditions. Reservoirs are at historic lows, and the once abundant water supply is now a precious commodity. Los Angeles is a city under siege, a stark reminder of the threat climate change poses to urban centers. The effects are visible everywhere, from the parched landscapes to the smog-filled skies. The time for complacency is over. The time for bold, decisive action is now. Citizens and leaders alike must come together to combat this crisis and protect the future of the City of Angels. The reality of a hotter planet is forcing cities like Los Angeles to adapt. Cities are now implementing strategies to cope with the effects of climate change. One key adaptation is the creation of more green spaces. Los Angeles is planting thousands of trees, creating urban forests. Another critical adaptation is improving water management. Los Angeles is investing in water recycling programs and exploring desalination technologies. Adaptation is not a substitute for reducing emissions, but a necessary complement. Every city must develop its own adaptation strategies to face the challenges of a changing climate. Section 4. The Fog of Misinformation. As the impacts of climate change become more evident, so does the spread of misinformation. Denial, doubt, and falsehoods cloud the public discourse. Climate change deniers cherry-pick data, focusing on short-term trends while ignoring long-term evidence. They attack the credibility of climate scientists, sowing doubt and distrust. This misinformation creates a false sense of security, delaying action. Combating this misinformation is essential for effective climate action. Section 5. Technology to the rescue. Technological innovations offer a glimmer of hope. Renewable energy sources and carbon capture technologies are key. Solar and wind power are now cost-competitive with fossil fuels. Carbon capture and storage, CCS, can reduce emissions from hard-to-abate sectors. Technology alone is not enough. We need policy changes and behavioral shifts. Embracing these innovations is crucial to averting the worst consequences of climate change. Section 6. Our collective responsibility. The climate crisis demands a collective response from all of us, regardless of where we come from or who we are. We can choose to meet this moment with urgency and determination, recognizing the gravity of the situation. Each of us has a role to play in this fight, whether it's through small daily actions or larger commitments. We can reduce our carbon footprints by making conscious choices, like using public transport, biking, or supporting local farmers. We can engage in political action, demanding bold and decisive measures from our leaders to address climate change. Our individual actions, no matter how small, create a ripple effect that can lead to transformative change in our communities. We must embrace the power of hope and the belief that a better future is possible for ourselves and for future generations. The Earth is our only home. Let us treat it with the respect and care it deserves, preserving its beauty and diversity. The time for action is now. Let us answer the call and work together to create a sustainable and thriving world for all.